I was having this conversation with someone privately about this idea right after I posted it, um, and some of the criticisms you come across with any sort of change to the military system at all is you get the argument: is it too easy to hold someone down? Is it too easy to fight back? You never want to make it so someone can never fight back, but you don't want to make it too easy to fight back because what's the point of striking first and pinning someone down if it's easy to getting back? This, I think, if you utilize it properly, makes it easy to come back if you have the resources, numbers, and coordination. So it's more of a skill-based comeback sort of thing, which I prefer to just trying to make it an automatic ability to re-coordinate, gather yourselves up. So again, like I said, still working on this one. Love some input. Hopefully, you guys have been reading while I've been rambling.
Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. He's coming at you from the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thalmor Radio.
Thalmor Radio.
All I know for sure is I don't know. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Thalmor Radio. I am your host, Thalmor. Joined is my robotic counterpart to myself. And is Shifty here? I don't know if he's here. Let me look. I am not joined by my co-host Shifty, but that's okay. Not a lot to talk about this week, continuing the tradition in this new 6-month nap world. Not a lot to talk about, but that's okay. There are some things to talk about. But let me talk about some stuff close to my heart, like usual. Okay, let's on the agenda. Oh yes. So, the process and journey of trying to upload last week's episode was a complete nightmare. Um, so, as you guys know, I have no internet. My internet is powered by a paperclip with an antenna glued on top of my roof that points towards a mountain. Uh, so, I couldn't upload it myself. I had friends, so I was dead tired by the time I finished the show Friday, so I didn't upload it then. I couldn't upload it Saturday because I had friends all over all day, and by the time they left, it was too late and I was tired. Couldn't upload it. Well, I tried uploading it, I think on Sunday, but I was busy with some stuff on that day as well. I talked to Kev about uploading it. Kev said he would upload it, and he never did anything. Uh, I tried uploading it to YouTube myself, but because of how bad my internet was, after it had been uploading all night, it was only about 18% done. Come Monday, I would learn my family has a commercial kitchen in town that has good internet. I tried uploading it to YouTube there successfully, and it uploaded really fast, only took about 7 minutes. But YouTube deleted it because it was too long, close to 3 hours. So I think it was finally Tuesday. I went to Dennison, my boy Dennison, and asked him, "Will you upload this?" And he said, "Sure," which he had said, I think over the weekend he would do it anyways. So he uploaded it to YouTube. Same thing, too long, deleted, killed. So then he uploaded it to this other website I don't remember the name of, and that worked just fine. Although it's only up for a couple days, it might be gone now. But come Tuesday, it went up. I did a ping here for people to get it. I did a forum post in response to that coal mines thread, and people listened to it, and the response has been overwhelmingly positive. People really enjoyed it, and that made me happy. 3 hours is too long. I think it's only for like new accounts because my account was brand new when I tried, and for Dennis' account is new. If you have some subscribers and some videos already, you can probably get away with longer stuff. But for new accounts, it's like, pfft, good luck. Um, so it was a nightmare to get up, but once it was finally up, people enjoyed it, and that's what really mattered. And discussing that episode will be one of the topics I want to go over because now, some more time has passed and people listen to it. So I kind of want to discuss the whole thing. Now, let me see. What's my next topic? Uh-oh, where is it? There it is. 10 people to save the world. So this is a game I came up with. And unlike the last game, I will not be using this game to make fun of TKR. 10 people to save the world is simple. You are given through a impossible sequence of events, you are given the power to select 10 people from across the world to brainstorm a solution to an existential threat of unknown origin that could possibly destroy the world and everyone in it. The nature of this threat is intentionally vague. So the objective is simple. Think of 10 people who you would use to bring together to stop this threat. Soldiers, scientists, politicians, you name it. Okay, so the 10 people I have is Jordan Peterson, Elon Musk, uh,
Elon Musk heard you and cut off your internet.
uh-oh. Okay, I think I either had 5 or 6 people. Let me go through my list. It was Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin, Jordan Peterson, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, and I think Joe Rogan. So those are the 6 people I have. I couldn't think of 4 other people. Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan is dead. He probably cannot be of much help, unfortunately. And you can infer that anyone you bring on board, you get the resources they have access to. So by picking Putin and Trump, I'm getting also their political leverage over their respective countries. Kim Jong-un. Joe Rogan's a weird choice, but I'm picking him because of his vast experience and knowledge in many different areas. I feel like you have this group of 10 elite professionals, but then you have this meathead who's just really down to earth. So that's my reasoning there. We're doomed. We probably are doomed. Yes, especially because out of my list of 10, I only have like 6 slots filled. But someone mentioned Alex Jones. He probably wouldn't be a bad choice to be honest. Anyways, Crusader. Soup. It can be implied that this threat to Earth also applies to threats. It would be a threat to the rest of our solar system as well. So just leaving to go to a Mars colony would not save us. Perhaps buy us time against this unknown vague threat, but it would not save us. Bring in Alex Hagen. I don't know about that. Alex would try to remove the threat and then be upset that he can't just remove it like he did beige. Go to a different solar system. That's viable, but we have to get maybe that can be your strategy. Get 10 of the best scientists together. No, 9 of them with Warren Buffett to get Warren Buffett's funding, and then there you go. That's a viable solution there. The queen, maybe. The royal family do have a lot of power and are quite wealthy, so yeah, again, could be possible.
The corgis would be more useful.
Who, Prefontaine?
I said her corgis would be more useful.
I think the royal family has a lot of influence, though, social influence. Sure, I mean, Parliament would just kill them if they have to, but people respect the Queen. Um, Now, if you want a smaller version of this game, I created an alternative called 10 People to Save the Town. And it's similar in that you have to get 10 people together to save your town from a vague, unknown existential threat. But the difference is that you can only pick from people you know personally. Uh, and they have to be within like a reasonable driving distance from where you are. So you can't get 10 people to save the world and then apply them to save your town. It has to be basically people you can influence yourself personally. Hop on Train Town is a shithole. Well, that you're flipping the board of the game then, so I don't think it's as fun to think about. Why do I have a DoorDash notification? It was just an ad. Just let it die. I spent about half of my childhood in a town that had, I think, 340 people in it. But it was a nice little town. All right. Um, TikTok. Okay, so Israel has the Internet Defense Force, Jewish Internet Defense Force, I think it's called, the JIDF. The Knights Templar has the Templar Internet Defense Force, which I lead, okay? Let it also be known that I am also creating the TikTok Internet Defense Force. I will stand up for TikTok no matter what. Shifty's here. I'm going to unmute him. Or maybe he's not here. Huh. Oh well. I absolutely love TikTok. I've wasted so many hours on that app. Uh, and I love TikTok for three reasons. Number one is there are lots of really funny videos. Okay, I love comedy. I love laughing. TikTok's a good source of entertainment. Reason number two, lots of good music. My Spotify playlist has gotten lots of new additions thanks to TikTok. And then reason number three, there are tons of videos of cute white girls shaking their ass while half naked. So when I hear Trump talks about he's going to ban TikTok because of Chinese spyware, like that I don't like that. That spooks me. That scares me. That rattles my little bones. Too many middle schools making there are people too young to be on TikTok, and that really is pretty gay. And there are lots of creeps on TikTok. I installed it. It's really it's for middle school and high school girls. Like just the app.
And
It
what
is
you say, you really like that?
well, at least uh yeah, sure, whatever. I said high schoolers, so that's my defense. I'm not gonna follow you on TikTok. I don't even my TikTok is still like it's the default user 1,729,000,000,000,000. I don't even have a profile picture.
I just want to confirm that this is being recorded for all the police who are listening in the future. I am not Thalmor. The other voice is Thalmor.
Let's see where Biden gets his porn. Poor Biden. I feel bad for him. I was going to say something else about TikTok, but I forgot what it was. Oh yeah. It's really an app for young girls and like the only guys on TikTok are like celebrities. It's just that kind of app. Um, Say hi to them. Say I don't like I don't like kids. I enjoy them. You're on the wrong side of TikTok. Shift Shifty still isn't here. Oh well. Now I have heard about how TikTok is connected to China. I believe they're owned by a Chinese company. I know they've released a press statement talking about how the servers that they store U.S. information in is based in the U.S. and such. I mean, I can understand TikTok being a threat to national security if like soldiers are posting videos and something gets leaked that way. Um, but I don't fully understand how the Chinese knowing what kind of songs people are playing to their comedy videos, their dance videos. Like, I don't understand it, but that could just be ignorance on my part. Oh, is that true, Vola? Okay, that could be a problem. I know the Indian army, um, or not just the army, I think the entire Indian military, they've banned the use of TikTok from all of their soldiers. This is the go Communist Party. Yeah, and I've heard about TikTok's connections to China for months and months now, even before I created an account. Uh, it's something else. You know, even making an account. I don't. What information did I give them when I made an account? I don't remember. I don't think it was that much now. China has it now. Everyone has that. Okay. Well, the thing about okay, so I'm a business person. Okay, and the business I'm not. It's not online now, but it will be later this year. It's an e-commerce business, and I spend a lot of time researching marketing and like all the information Google and Facebook and all these other corporations collect. That information is mainly used by people like me, so that me and other business owners can sell you our stuff easier. So, like, these corporations already have all this data on you that everyone has voluntarily given away for free. Just like Thalmor shows business nice. So, like, now China knows that I like Warhammer 40K and uh, I vote Republican. Like, who cares? Who cares? That doesn't really. Is that really a bad thing? What are they going to do with that information? Again, I can understand if if there's a US soldier who makes a TikTok and during the dance video something classified gets leaked, like okay, that's a problem. But I and of course if your rivals want to know something, you probably don't want them to know it. So if they really are owned by the Chinese espionage division or whatever, I mean it's obviously a bad thing.
Shifty's back,
Oh, then
and
he
now
left.
he's going. He heard me.
I went to unmute him, and then right when I opened up the thing, I saw him disappear. Do any of you? How many of you guys use TikTok for anything?
I use Tic Tacs to freshen my breath.
I haven't had a Tic Tac in years.
I mean, I only ever had the orange ones, and they were just candy. They're delicious.
Yeah, I always ate them as candy. I think I had the orange ones and like the blue teal ones. Denison, I guess I admitted why I was on TikTok a few minutes ago, but that's okay.
I'm gonna have to have Thalmor make a TikTok as a peace term for some war somewhere.
Oh, we're going to use out of character terms now? Okay, goons. Okay, something awful. Based.
Way back in the day in Lunar Wars, a guy named Princeps played some song on acoustic guitar while singing as part of the peace terms. Everyone liked it.
That twerk thing with Radjo was gay because he made the video, but then as it was uploaded, I'm pretty sure he somehow sabotaged it so that it wouldn't play for anyone as soon as it went up. Because I don't think anyone ever. It was uploaded elsewhere. Okay, okay.
No, since he's gone and it doesn't matter anymore. He never made the video. That was a lie.
Oh, okay.
He put a fake link. He put a link up to a video he knew could not get uploaded. He never did the twerk.
RL
Okay.
peace terms, like a video like that, are only good if there's consent on both parties, and they're doing it in the right spirit. We got to get back to that mindset of not NPO trying to win the next 7 years and trying to force people out of the game. Of, hey, you can still have fun with the people who are beating you down.
To be honest, if I was
Pipe down,
fighting,
Noah.
if I was fighting a fun war that wasn't toxic against people that I thought were okay, and we were on the losing side, and they wanted a TikTok video for a peace turn, I'd probably be down for that.
Yeah, you get that when you have less cunts.
So like when the game deletes.
Well, my hope is that with the next war is a little less toxic, and I think everyone's kind of sick of the toxic shit. So there might be a few toxic entities, sure, but in general, everyone get along as best as possible.
The last episode indicating some toxicity. Well, that's a great way to segue into politics and war stuff, because it's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about last week's episode some. Now, James is here. I don't think is Nokia here. I don't think he is.
Can we have neither of them here, please?
No, James is a long-time listener of the show. He's welcome here, which Nokia's welcome as well. I've spoken to Nokia a lot leading up to last week's show and after, and I don't see why people dislike him so much. He seems fine to me. But when there's smoke, there's fire. So who knows? Maybe I haven't been around him enough.
So, did you notice how they banded together against Pre though?
That's fake news.
I bring people together.
Right.
No, Nokia, I didn't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've listened to that segment 3 times, and I think it was only James that yelled at Pri. I think Nokia was quiet.
Oh,
Am I
thought they were
wrong?
both going in.
It was just James. It was just James.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Which, James was completely out of hand. I would. I mean, was it the best he snapped at Pri? No, but
I don't
it
care.
was okay.
It was entertaining.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm not gonna take that shit seriously. It's fine.
yeah. So James didn't do any. So of course Nokia and James were yelling at each other, and then the topic of who attacked first and what was a valid CB, Pre spoke up and said, he raised his voice and said, "It's bullshit. Who cares? You guys haven't done any diplomacy. It doesn't matter." And then that's when James went off on Pre, and then Kev stepped in and said, "Okay, let's take Kev." And the most defeated, upset voice said, "Oh, geez, okay, guys," and then played the intro, and we took a break for a minute.
Yeah. Well, it
I was
going
too
in a
busy
really
laughing.
awkward way. What's that?
I was too busy laughing to retort.
Well, I was there to save you, Pre. Don't worry about it.
All right, yeah,
Gotcha.
you can give me upvotes on the forums, because apparently mass downvoting me is a popular thing when I'm posting these days, and I need the support to feel good about myself,
So, Pre, why do you think everyone's mass downvoting you?
because I'm posting Sheepy's great ideas.
When they were yelling at each other, that was great. But when James went off on Pre, that's when I knew this was the best idea I've had for the show since I introduced Thalmor rights.
Thalmor is a good idea.
Yeah, it was. It was. What the fuck is a Thalmor right? It's all the blue people. It's all the good blue people.
It's a growth located in a crevice of your body.
Now, I haven't seen any new news in that war since the show, but I did check on the coal mines, and when I last checked yesterday, they were down to only 15 members. It's probably even less than that now. So I think one of two things happened. I know Nokia mentioned they were going to try to merge into Weebinism. So either that is underway, or option number two, Nokia was wrong about having the full support of the coal mines, and they're just bleeding members left and right now.
I have a very important question. Has anyone been making like canary references in these threads? I haven't read any of them. I just want to know if there's canary jokes going on.
There are no canary jokes.
Very disappointed.
I cannot do push to talk and read these logs at the same time, so enjoy a minute of dead air as I read them.
Da, da,
Thalmor
da, da,
Radio.
da.
I'm coming at you.
I like how we both started singing something.
Thalmor Radio.
How's the move going, Kev? Have you settled in and recorded my song yet?
Yes and no. Also, we still have more unpacking to do, so it's not like completely settled in. But we have moved.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It-
Coming at you from the top. Oh no, no.
Are those leaks? Is that Michael guy like Nokia's boyfriend or something? Or a friend? Or
Wait.
the logs? I think it was Change Up. Yeah, Change Up posted them. Who's the Michael guy? Why would is he talking? I'm just assuming he's talking about Nokia. I actually don't know who he's talking about.
He's talking about you.
Ooh.
Oh, well, that's kind of scary. How would he know that I yell at my computer at 2 to 3 a.m. and stink up my apartment to not do any work? He must be like living in my closet or something.
I mean, it's this isn't a radio show, Thalmor. We've been setting you up for your intervention this whole time. We're all your friend, and we care about you deeply.
Aw.
Oh, well, I know my cat girl problem is getting a little out of control, but I didn't think it was getting that bad.
Just because Final Fantasy Online won't let you play a male cat person, it doesn't mean that you have a cat girl problem.
I
Yo,
don't.
man, you remember the show Cat Dog? That show was dope.
Oh, you.
That was an offense to God.
If you keep mentioning Cat Dog, I'm gonna have to go look at some TikTok videos.
That's a weird segue into wanting to look at like 14-year-old girls dressed as
It
diva.
would have been a perfect segue for Thalmor to start talking about Russia.
Man. Let's see. So I don't think there's been any new updates with that coal mine swamp war besides the coal mines. I presume dying in some way, whether they're dying completely because they're losing members or dying because, well, not. I don't consider if an alliance merges, do they really die? I don't know about that one. I think it's more like they're part of something. That's some stuff. You get into some philosophy with that one. Kev, if an alliance merges into another alliance, does that alliance die?
Depends if it's a true merger or an absorption, really. If it's an absorption, they die. If it's a merger, no, part of them lives on.
Well, I also think it depends on like what party. So if like an alliance merged with Polaris, then yeah, you die at that point because you're taking on a disease. You're done.
Willfully absorbing the cancer cells.
Right.
So, like, I know everyone thinks it was pretty funny, but did everyone enjoy last week's show, the recording, everything? Has anyone not listened to it? That's what I will ask. I think most people here probably
I have not.
There were parts that couldn't be listened to because everyone was yelling at the same time.
That's a good point.
Citrus hasn't. When we're trying to protect her. What's the fucking noise?
Yeah, if there were subtitles in last week's video or recording, it would say like inaudible screaming occurs for probably a good 3 minutes straight.
The recording didn't even capture it perfectly either because the audio, it was like Nokia's audio, so whenever he was yelling as well, it, the some of the drama from them going at it was lost because of it. Because from my perspective, it was just like two cats screeching at each other. But because the recording's audio source was from Nokia's side, the impact was lost a little bit. But that's okay. It was still pretty entertaining. I giggled like a schoolgirl listening to it again Tuesday night.
One of the things I took away from that, I didn't listen to the recording. Obviously, I was here for it live, but you miss out on something when you listen to it. You're able to think about it a little less because you're reacting live anyway when you're recording. But it felt like Nokia was contradicting himself a lot during the course of that entire interview. Things he said at the beginning were very different from things he was saying at the end.
Yeah, and I called him out on that, and you called me condescending. So thanks a lot, Bree.
Oh, I called him out on it too. You just said it like a complete dick who was grinning about catching kid like reaching into the cookie jar. Hey, you piece of shit! I know what you're doing. Like in that kind of fucking tone.
Well, call a spade, and you just it's fine. I thought Nokia was very comparatively. I thought Nokia was very, very civil, at least from the part I caught, minus the yelling. You know?
He came across, I think, fairly reasonable.
Mm-hmm. I thought so. Yeah, Pre, I bet you smell like old soup. Got him.
I wouldn't say old soup. I would just say like very hearty meat soup. It doesn't have to be old.
Okay. Like beef stew.
Yeah, I've been rolling around in the garden today, so I'm all sorts of sweaty.
Nice. Yeah. Where are you sweaty?
I don't want to get Thalmor excited. We better stop this.
Good call. We'll take this to DMs.
Kev, can you unmute Shifty? I am unable to for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, like, do we want that? I'm just kidding. Here we go.
He's just gonna leave again. We drew attention to him. He's gonna scatter like
Shifty,
a fucking cockroach with the lights on.
You are unmuted, buddy. That's on his end.
Shifty, unmute thyself.
Kev, you smell like cold soup.
Ooh, you son of a bitch. It's my trigger word. I'm trying to get Charlie. So Charlie may be coming back. I've said this a lot, but we might be.
Stop living in that fantasy world. We know he's dead and you killed him.
Well, here's the thing. Is the thing I told you about, Pre, that I'm not allowed to probably talk about for a second. If that ends up happening, then he will come back for that. But anyway, we'll see.
Well, then I guess I'll really try to make it happen for you.
Oh, thanks, man. And then you can get your song.
You don't need to hold hostages for something I volunteered.
If Charlie comes back, what happens to Icandor?
Oh yeah, I forgot he was a person. Well, that's a good question. He's a good guy. I think he kind of sank into the abyss. I think he had some stuff going on at home, and I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe the scoop will return. Maybe, probably not. Yeah, I don't know.
Gotcha. But yeah, I was very pleased with how last week's show went, and I'm hoping, and maybe my audience members, maybe y'all can help me. But in the future, when there are people who are having a feud, I'd like for them to come on and discuss their issues. I think that would be very fun.
Can you interview Superman? I think that would be fun. If you interview Superman about Fark, and then have Kitschy on at the same time, and then have them debate. That would be a good show.
Is there beef between Soup and Kitschy?
I think maybe so.
Soup, what do you have to say in response to this? Because I think that can be arranged. Yeah.
Superman's good stuff.
Soup and Kitschy. Okay. Shifty, do you think Kitschy would oh, you're chatting with Kitschy? Okay. It might not be entertaining then.
What's that?
If So if they're chatting, they're probably not on hostile terms, and then it wouldn't be interesting.
I don't know. I think it'd be kind of fun. Oh, all right, fine.
That's okay. Well, I mean, especially once the nap ends and stuff starts popping off, I'm sure it'll be a lot easier to get people to come on and disagree with each other verbally with a lot of passion. Have some beef with Fark. Uh, Soup, would you like to come on as a guest sometime? Because I mean, even if you don't have beef with someone, I mean, we can still chat and learn more about how you feel and what you think. You still can't speak Shifty?
James is in Fark, right?
Who?
James.
No, he's in the Immortals.
I thought he was Fark.
Kinda.
Did he be Fark?
What's that?
Did he used to be Fark? I feel like he used to be Fark. For some reason.
I don't think so. I think that's kind of mean to say about him.
Well, I mean, he
No,
did a good
different
job
James Shifty.
of whatever alliance he was in, because I mean, you listen to that and go, we could go to war with him, but then I might have to deal with him during peace negotiations, and clearly that's a quagmire you don't want to get into.
Shifty, are you able to unmute yourself? Because I think your server unmuted. Both me and Kev have reached the same conclusion with that.
Yeah, Shift. Oh, he left. He's not even in the top anymore.
Okay.
Maybe you could. You could get. Who could you get to debate? You could get someone. I'm cruising the list on the people that's listening right now. I think that Avatar Patrick guy, that was the dude defending Coalition B a lot, if I remember correctly. So I'm trying to think of someone that gets really animated from Coalition A, and you can have those two go at it. That'd be kind of fun.
I really want. Tuesday, Six Sadistic was shitting on Nokia a lot, and I tried to get him. I tried 3 different times to get him to come on, and he didn't want to. Having Six Sadistic on would probably be my dream. He's up there with Alex in terms of like who I want as a guest.
You should get 6 Furwolf, and Noctis on a panel show. That'd be awesome.
The 4 horsemen, the 3 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Have you ever had Alex on your show, Thalmor?
Nope, I tried months ago, and he said he was open to it, but then ultimately said he didn't want to.
I'll see about getting
came
him
over
on your
Alex.
show. So another host gets that over Kev.
Okay. Maybe wait just a bit longer because it wasn't that long since he did his last one. But in a few months, yeah, sure, let's try it. Sean is alive. Is Sean Anthony still around? Fola, who I think he asked who is Cole A and Cole B right now. There is no Cole A and Cole B right now.
I mean, there kind of is a Cole A. There definitely is not a Cole B anymore.
Cole B.
I just thought of a really terrible joke. I'm gonna keep it to myself.
No, you should say it.
I'm not going to. Is this recorded?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Can you DM it to me?
No.
If I promise to keep it between us.
I promise to tell it if you send it to me.
I almost sent it to you, so I'm really happy I did.
All right, I think it's kind of we can brain. Why are people posting ducks for? Whatever. We can brainstorm some guest ideas later. But let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, which I already forgot again. So I have to go look at the list. Fraggle posts spam. Okay. So on Orbis Central, the OOC forum, I think, Fraggle made a topic. And that's all I know, because I read it and I didn't understand anything of it. And she does not have a nation. She's still deleted. And she posted a nonsense thread. That is completely spam.
No.
I made a forum thread about it, said she's posting spam and she doesn't have a nation. And she was flopped into the no matching nation category where I don't think she can post anymore.
Thalmor. Clearly, it made sense. She was talking about the rising oil prices on the market in politics and war, and why the market is the way it is, right? And clearly there's some tension between shroot farms and also between the Knights Templar. A lot of friction there, a lot of tension, and it's kind of just it's a nuanced view of those politics.
You sound like Republicans trying to justify Trump tweets right now.
Here's the thing: is I can't keep going.
I still think it's nonsense, but I almost thought she was trying to say that, I think she listened to the recording of last week's show, and she was trying to imply that the coal mine swamp fight was an outlet of energy for people who are grinding against their own desire to fight because the NAP basically denies it, and that future long NAP should be avoided at all costs. But I don't know. To me, it just seemed like all I saw was text that had no context too, and pictures of Muppets. So I just leaned towards it's probably just spam. Uh, you're a Muppet. But 3 6-month naps. I don't. Has there ever been a 6-month nap though?
Yeah.
When was that one? What war was AC? I think I should know what war AC was, but I can't think about it. Islamic Crusade. Okay, gotcha. Not a global one. Well, I don't know. That was AC was pretty global. Kev. I just now read your joke.
Was it Thalmor?
I said I wasn't going to say it, and I'm a man
You
of my
didn't
word.
say you weren't going to type it, though.
I'm typing an extension of saying it.
There's room for e-lawyering there. We can get into a wall of text partisan thread going with this.
I have no desire to engage in that kind of dialogue, so I'm going to choose not to. But yeah, and if Fraggle has re-rolled, then she can link up her nation and keep posting. But I don't know. She shouldn't post if she doesn't have a nation. Next topic is the changes to bed. Oh geez, the changes to bed. Changes to beige thread discussion. Okay, Prefontaine, go ahead and post that thread one more time so I can go look at it and I can give you my thoughts live on what I'm reading.
1 second.
Who are we rolling? We're rolling. Actually, I don't know. Someone probably. Rose? I don't know. I fought Rose recently, back in March, was it? They were begging for peace. They won, so I don't know. That might be a little bit too easy. Yeah, what Citrus said.
Bring back Kino? Really?
Okay, so I cannot push to talk and read this at the same time. So I'm going to disable push to talk so you guys can hear my my breathing, I guess. Give me just a minute to disable this. Okay. How am I coming through? Am I good? I've disabled. Okay, great. So let me go ahead. My thumb can get a break, so this is fine. Okay, there's no snakes around, so I can walk in peace. We go back to the OP. After reviewing feedback from Asgul's thread, Alex is considering removing the auto-accepting peace mechanic. That mechanic being that when a nation has been defeated and is beige, that nation automatically accepts peace offers sent to them in other existing wars. The main change to the mechanic as a whole are as follows. Number one, all wars will end in a victory or defeat when the expirer determines by remaining resistance levels. In the case of a tie, the defender is victorious. Wars that end through expiration will not cause infrastructure damage or give loot. Number two, beige. Nations who are placed into beige from losing a war cannot leave beige early if they have more than 12 turns of beige time remaining. Newly created nations can still leave beige early. Number three, losing a war as 20 turns of beige with a maximum of 5 days of beige, which is 3 lost wars, I think. Yep. Aggressors will no longer receive beige if they lose their war. Last call for input before the changes are finalized on the test server, tested, and then moved live. Okay. So let me just skim through what's being said.
Now
Theo
skip ahead
posted a
to,
very
to my
popular
new,
response.
my new post that is a completely new mechanic.
Okay, so just ignore the first page then.
Yeah, I posted it about an hour ago, right around the start of your show.
Okay, so I'll go look at that then. Back on page 2. Okay, you're responding to Adrian.
Correct.
Perhaps making beige a player-controlled mechanic instead of being sent to beige when you are defeated in this system. Even expiring wars ending in a defeat victory, you add time to a beige bank. This bank can be capped as a number of turns, and those turns could expire after X days. Maybe something like 10, and once you use your beige bank, you're required to use all the time you have in one go. If you have 6 days stacked up, you have to use all 6. However, you do have the option to come out early. In the last 12 turns, like in the current system, this would theoretically allow for nation rebuilding in their own way and can be coordinated by active alliances to allow for counterattacks in subsequent rounds. There could also be attempt beige status for anyone who was just defeated in a war, something like, say, 6 hours, where a new war cannot be declared on that nation. This way, should a nation want to use that beige bank, they have a window to do so without their slot being instantly refilled. Effectively, a nation would fight in the first few waves, even while losing, and then be able to deploy prolonged beige status at a time when they're choosing. There's several days of beige allowed for rebuilding and blockade expiration. Yes, other active wars would still be going on, and perhaps any wars that end in defeat while in beige status add to the current active beige timer. Adds an element of strategy for both attacking and defending. Rewards active organized militaries. Opening blitzes can cause more damage by pre-locking the duration of exposure to attacks while bank building and still allow for the ability to come back from being knocked down. And to the point of attackers and defenders losing a defensive war can give 2 days of beige bank, and attackers losing war only get 1. Okay, so first off, I've just learned that I can, if I'm reading something out loud, I can read it much better if I read it fast, which I just know. I didn't know that about myself. Because to me, reading that slowly was actually kind of painful to both speak and probably for you guys to listen to, but speaking fast went much better for me. Yeah, I like anything that gives control to players and opens the door for more strategy, I think is a good idea. So I like to read some responses to that because I don't trust my ability to gauge what are good mechanic changes and what's not. But I can dig that. That seems pretty decent to me. What do you guys think about it? Do you guys think there should be a beige bank that allows you to use up your beige time if you so desire?
I think Pre makes good ideas.
Oh, I don't know who that sweet little girl who said that was, but uh, it's always nice to hear people voice what they think.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of those things. And don't forget to remove your push to talk now. It's one of
Yeah,
those
I'm switching
things
it now.
where I don't know if this is quite a good idea yet. It seems like it has the potential to be a very good idea, but it's kind of too soon to tell.
I definitely want to read. It seems like there were some responses after it that I will read later. But yeah, having the only problem is that to me it feels like that's a little bit too much control. But I mean, it does reward people who can coordinate and be active. I think that's very good. I think people should be incentivized to organize better.
I agree. And it makes the ability to come back after getting heavily blitzed a possibility if you're good enough to coordinate and have the resources to do so.
Mhm. Um, yeah, seems interesting. I want to read the rest of the thread as well and get more ideas from people, which I don't like. Which I mean, just because people think something is popular probably doesn't mean it should be a mechanic. But like I said, I don't have a lot of faith in my ability to gauge what's a good mechanic update and what's not. I think there are people older and wiser and more experienced than me who can decide those things.
Yeah, there's a problem with any sort of thread like this right now, where if you post ideas that kind of make it a little too easy or very much sway in the ability to come back after getting your ass kicked, versus the people who are in the camp of, well, I should be able to pin them down. And, yes, winners should win the war. If you're coordinating, it shouldn't be easy for someone, especially with up declares on whales. It shouldn't be easy for them to be able to fully rebuild and come back and kick your ass off, because you now don't have the element of surprise on your side. And it's finding that balance of where's the line between not too much of an ability to rebuild and come back versus making it so people can pin each other down. And with this system, there is a slight advantage towards the defender if they're prepared and organized. So that advantage only comes when they're skilled and do it well.
Yeah, I, I think I do dig it. Like I said, I want to see some responses, but the beige bank idea it sounds pretty nice to me. Is Kevin around? Can he
He's
provide
gone.
any thoughts? He dips in and out very randomly, unfortunately.
He does have a kid, so
Yeah. Two of them, I think.
oh,
Double
that
trouble.
poor bastard.
Um, I think that's it for main topics. I think the only thing left is final call. Did anything else happen in Orbis that I missed? I don't think so, but I'm gonna ask anyways. Any skirmishes? Any treaties? Any interesting news? Nokia refused peace. Water is wet. The sky is blue. Milk comes from cows. Grass is generally green. Did I say that one twice? I must have said that one twice. Dogs can bark. Yeah. Well, stubbed your toe the other day. That hurts. I when I was younger, I was helping my grandma in the kitchen, and I spilled some olive oil on this mat thing. It was supposed to be an anti-slip mat because didn't want my grandma slipping and breaking a hip and dying in the hospital. So I spilled some olive oil on this anti-slip mat, and don't you know, I slipped on it and just shoved my big toe right up against the metal steel stove, completely bent the toe back, and yeah, that was very pleasant. So that sucks. When you stub your toe on metal, oh, it hurts a lot. It hurts a lot. Go fuck yourself in your. You can't fuck water. That doesn't really. That doesn't really work too well. It's the combo. Oh yeah, I'm excited for when wars start breaking out because the map is ending. Because then I'll have plenty of stuff to talk about. I'll have plenty of guests to come on. It's gonna get really fun then. This week and several past weeks have been kind of boring news-wise, but yeah, it'll definitely get more exciting as the year goes on.
Yeah, last week was super boring.
The week have been boring, but the show is still pretty good. TS tried to make a VE remake. What? I don't. Is that true? I thought they were done with the game. Can you give me any information on that? Can you act as my FA and find me a way to hit mine some without Phantom interfering?
I mean, that was a trick I think I can only pull off once with the Pantheon hit from years ago. What you need to do is find yourself in a at least 3 sphere, preferably 3 sphere environment where the two other spheres are fighting each other, and neither sphere wants to aggravate you enough, and they want to So say the side you want to hit is losing, well, convince the leaders of that sphere that you're going to dogpile them, but it's for the best that they don't hold a grudge, because then you're going to cement yourself onto the other side and make a two-sphere world where they're outnumbered. That's your best bet. I'm trying to fix beige. Read my fucking forum posts, you goddamn pleb.
They hit purportedly old VE GOG Gov members had the intention to come back like this because order hits on the first person to come back. Huh. That's interesting. I'm going to consider this as credible that Zig is posting and talking about. The people involved in Fruitia were not in. Oh, okay. Well, that's different then. The VE people should be allowed to come back. Z and VE. Okay. Well, official comment from Borg. Hi, Mom. The news and encounters. Graduated for 5 years. Syndicate's trigger happy, I guess. Dang. Is Guardians of the Galaxy covered by the NAP? They're not? Okay. They just brained it. Okay, that makes sense. Official comment from Prefontaine, TS head of FA. This thing gives reason to believe this new alliance is VE Pro, which harbors or will harbor prominent VE Jody members like you, because last one was made. Okay. Following diplomatic talks between VE and Viridian. We expect things to develop, but let's maintain some trans policy, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Gotcha. Well, I'm glad it's resolving, or resolve, I suppose. Alright. That's basically about it for me for politics and war. I did want to I have one real life thing I wanted to cover, and then I'll go ahead and end the show. Do you think it's okay to try to in-character quash an old alliance line GOG? Yeah. On one hand, it seems kind of cruel, but like these people wanted us to quit playing, so it's like I don't know, man. Is it if someone tries to shoot you and kill you, and you can shoot and kill them later, like is that wrong? I don't know. It's probably okay.
Yeah, it's called vigilantism.
I loved how I just re-entered this voice chat and all I heard was Thalmor moaning.
You've missed an interesting show.
Clearly.
Let's not be MPO, but like if MPO and GOG and Black Knights had their way, we wouldn't be around to kick them off the game in the first place. So that's the thing. These people they didn't want our nations, like they wanted the people behind our nations. They wanted us personally to quit playing.
All right, so
it's
are
like
the people that echoed that sentiment from this alliance still in power in said alliance?
referring to VE pre.
Whomever that syndicate is trying to talk about, whether it's Guardians of the Galaxy or VE, if VE is now a rebrand of Guardians of the Galaxy.
It appears as if that isn't the case, but I don't have enough information. But if that is the case, then the Syndicate does need to back off.
Yeah,
because I consider old VE not Guardians of the Galaxy.
That would be like when you formed KT, people coming after you for things that I did in test.
Yeah, it would be. Wait, so we're still
So.
the bad guys? Let's see, Patrick, he was Camelot. Now he's somewhere else. Patrick, I would say that Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Knights, and MPO are still the bad guys. But apparently, who TS is hitting is not Guardians of the Galaxy. They're actually VE. A cat is approaching me. I don't know which cat it is.
I thought the game thought Alex is the bad guy.
There are multiple bad guys. Okay, what was I... Didn't someone say they had one other thing to talk about? I'm trying to... Borg, we're talking about a different Black Knights, sorta. The Black Knights that's allied to the Syndicate were like the original Black Knights, and the original Black Knights were co-opted by IQ Black Knights. It's kind of the same thing, but yeah, it is.
They're less more of the Black Knights than the Dank Knights.
Change up. You said you had one more big thing. What is it? I'll speak of it. I mean, I take showers, so I don't know about that one.
There was this guy who lived with a friend of mine, who's roommate, and for some reason he smelled worse after a shower. And not only that, like the steam from the shower, expands into the apartment, and just like it's almost like you could taste the weird smell. It was fucking terrible.
Ew.
Yeah, I stopped going over to his place shortly after he moved in.
What's the reason why I didn't say anything? Something super gross? It's probably something super gross. The guy didn't use a soap bar? Oh!
So he's just marinating in his own human soup.
The soup is hot.
In this case, it's the wrong kind of hot, but yes, accurate.
Soup is cold. It wasn't, but it was.
Now here's a question: was he like one of those super hairy guys? Like, if he was naked, he was still wearing a fur coat kind of guy?
Yeah, that's important.
The guy that I'm talking about, mind you, this is him saying it about himself, not me saying something racially insensitive. He claimed it was because he was Italian and it was all of his natural greases coming out or some shit like that.
James, do Italians have natural greases?
I'm
Can
just
you confirm
saying
this,
what
James,
he
here?
told me, man.
James, can you confirm? Do Italians have lots of grease? James says yes.
we could squeeze a towel and get some olive oil out of it.
So, oh fuck, I was gonna say something, I forgot what it was, but that's okay. Alright, I think that's kind of about it. I'll do one more final call. Anyone got anything else you want me to go over? Y'all be trying to find me some guests that are interesting. They don't have to have someone
How
to be
dare you?
with, I can just talk to them. What?
You just
What?
like shit on all of your previous guests.
How did I do that?
Find me some interesting guests, like you've never had them. That's how it fucking came out.
No, it didn't. You're making things. You're being a girl.
I'm trying to start an argument. Let's go. Come on.
Oh.
Thalmor.
The listeners are expecting us to scream at each other now. Come on.
Okay. Let me think. What's something I can roast you on?
I'm free. I'm gonna quit the game. Never mind. I'm back. I'm free. I'm done with this game. Never mind. I'm back.
I only did that once. I stayed around the second time in a retirement alliance, but accurate.
Got you.
I mean,
There's actually insert name here who brought me back.
I mean, you fucked up so bad with Paper Please. We all had to disband and go to 3 different homes because of it.
We planned that before it was going on.
Oh, we planned to disband.
It was part of your plan.
My reputation, so I'd have to leave the game and leave the community because everyone hated me.
Go.
Not everyone hated me. Just a couple people. Mainly Jessica Rabbit and the people who were in love with her.
Jessica Rabbit.
The entire game.
Jessica Rabbit
Yeah.
just dipped. She just left.
Real life does that when it becomes interesting.
Alright, let's real life. Yeah. So who wants it? Dave as an avatar? Okay, I'll give you guys Thalmor right here in a few minutes if I go back inside. Whoa, I'm
Uh,
almost off the road.
the reason Test disbanded was because there were it was an alliance full of quality people who were leadership capable in their own right, most of them anyway. And the alliance split up into three people that wanted to try leadership but didn't want to try leading Test. It felt like too much to picking up other legacies because Test has been around for so long. So they tried to do their own thing. And I've already spoke about what I think of the current Test. Um, each kind of iteration of Test has been one big book with different people writing the chapters. This new chapter is it's too soon to tell what their legacy will be. So give them a chance, even though there's something very different with not a lot of the same membership that has been there over the years. It doesn't mean they're necessarily not Test. Give them a chance to prove themselves and judge later.
I don't know. I'm gonna say it first. It's Fark, but with test clothes.
Well, if that's how it ends up rolling out, that's how it ends up rolling out, man.
I like Voice. With that said, Voice is a good dude.
So, who here
I'm
thinks I should
back.
put Kev on the dev team? Anyone? Anyone think I should put
I think
Kev on the
that's
dev
a
team?
terrible idea. I don't know what the shit I'm doing.
There's one no. No, we got more no's rolling in.
I would trust Kev to be on the dev team and give ideas for stuff.
You
Well, that's a
fool.
bad idea. I don't know. I don't know shit about this game. I don't know how to do war. I don't know how to do trades and stuff. I just crap talk and do my radio show, man.
I got a lot of interesting applicants.
Is this Firewolf want to be a part of it?
He did not apply.
All right. Well, that's about it for me for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and end the show and give out Thalmor right to those two people. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all next Friday.
Wait, Thalmor, you see this?
See what?
You see what Zig just put?
Kev would be great at keeping people reasonable.
No. Oh, thanks. That was really nice. No, the last thing you put.
When have you done a radio show, Kev?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Really? Has it really? That's all I've ever done, Zig. That's it. That's all I've done in my life.
It's been weeks.
That's been at least probably a month or two, I suppose. But I used to Zig, Charlie Traveler, the dude that made soup with me.
The real talent.
Yeah, the real talent. So him and I used to do a show every Friday called Great Job with Kevin Charlie, and we did that for how long was that, Pre?
I don't know. I was retired during that phase.
Oh,
It was
right,
months. It was months.
It was, yeah, I'd say like 6 or 7 months maybe. Every Friday we do a show, and we do like ads and songs. These like politics and war songs. That's where that came from. Was that show? And like we would do skits and crap, and then we would interview people. So we had like I don't know, we did a couple with Requentin, we did one with Thrax, we did one with Adrian. I mean, we do it with like panels with like Adrian and Partisan, or Partisan and Beerho, or whatever. Like we do all sorts of stuff.
So the money that I'm paying you for a song, I'm totally gonna, after you make the song, I'm gonna have to get Alex to make a ruling on the rules where it's illegal to give a player in-game money for a video to be made. So I won't be able to send it to you then. I think that's what's gonna happen now.
Say that again.
Make it so that it's against the rules for me to pay you to make a video after you have already made the video.
Damn.
Isn't that technically against the rules? It shouldn't be because that's community building stuff. But
Yeah, no, it's sort of in a gray area, because you're allowed to make like ads, and effectively this is an ad or like
Yeah,
a flag and shit like that.
that's the hallmark of a live online community, though, is if people are creating art of any kind around it. And yeah, songs would definitely be that. By the way, that Yakuza song is fucking incredible, and I still listen to it. It's a shame such a great song had to be wasted on a shitty alliance like Yakuza, though.
It's so true. Well, Soup is Hot's pretty good too.
Said
Yeah,
no
Super
one
Song.
ever.
What? You don't like Soup is Hot song?
I haven't heard it in so long. I don't remember what it sounds like.
Really?
All right. Well, good night, guys. I'll see y'all next week.
That was the cue for you to play it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Charlie.
J.K., my friends. And Charlie, hey, get in here one time. I'm stirring up the pie, huh? Don't touch it, it's too hot, man. Can't wait for it to drop, yeah. Cause the soup, man, it's too hot, yeah. I'm stirring up the pie. Don't touch it, it's too hot, yeah. Can't wait for it to drop, yeah. Cause the soup, man, it's too hot, man. I remember when I wasn't invited to nothing. Everyone acting like I was just simply bluffing. Now 2 singles out, and you come to me begging, paying me millions for music that I keep on dropping. Drop some more music, J. Cal. Ha! Like remember when you told me to go to hell? Now look where I have risen, got friends all around. Now look where you're standing, that's a fool, no doubt. I'm a motherfucking king down in all of my suit. And I'm a motherfucking fool who just admitted he got duped. This alliance is popping, and it got all the frills. Your alliance is dying, get ready for the kill. That white flag you raising, man, it's too late. Just sit back and let the soup decide your fate. It's over for your nations, a new start for mine. Now let me sit back while you dissect my lines. J.K., my friends. Freaking Charlie, I told you to get in here. I'm stirring up the pie, huh? Don't touch it, it's too hot, man. Can't wait for it to drop, yeah. Cause the soup, man, it's too hot, yeah. I'm stirring up the pie. Don't touch it, it's too hot, yeah. Can't wait for it to drop, yeah. Cause the soup, man, it's too hot, man.
Whipping it up, soup in my cup. Gallons of soup and I can't get enough. The kitchen gets hot when the going gets tough. Rolling alliances taking a puff. Pixels are smooth when you're burning the stuff. We got the talent, the music, the magic to do what you haven't. We're straight off the cuff. People saying Charlie killing the shit, and I'm like, yeah, Charlie's built for this shit. The soup is the truth. Sit back as me and Jay spit, man. The soup is too hot. Game's about to get lit. Don't want to claim to be better than you, but I'm in the soup and got something to prove. Everybody standing in the soup line. Don't worry, Charlie's on his damn grind. Sick beats, sick rhymes, great people and great times. Great job, we on the climb. Soup with a day rum, coke and lime. Damn, sorry I was late, yo. We still killed the track though. What, you got something you want people to know? J. Kel, what you doing, bro?
I'm stirring up the pie, huh? Don't touch it, it's too hot, man. Can't wait for it to drop, yeah. Cause the soup, man, it's too hot, yeah. I'm stirring up the pie. Don't touch it, it's too hot, yeah. Can't wait for it to drop, yeah. Cause the soup, man, it's too hot, man.
The soup is too damn hot, son.
J.K.
Yep.
Charlie Traveler. Yeah, welcome to the soup kitchen.
Another good song wasted on Alliance that didn't do shit.
That's some bull. We rolled WTF and Park. That's fine. To be fair, it's just we were founded at the worst time.
Yeah.
Like, we were at war our entire existence. We founded in April. We rolled WTF and Park in April. And then, like, a month later, Surf's Up happened. And then the surf stuff went to the Great War, which went on for the next year, and then we rebranded, and now we're Children of the Light.
See what happens when I retire? The game just falls apart, man.
All right, whatever, buddy. You weren't around for it, Pri, I guess. I mean, like, I thought you. No, we interviewed you in a show, didn't we? Like, you came in every once in a while.
Yeah, I was in YAR during that time. I retired after Nightfall, and Tess joined COA. Ironically, I wasn't planning on sticking with them after I was planning on retiring, but COA was like, "No, we'll let you merge, but you can't bring Pre because Thrax doesn't like me." And I was like, "That's fine. I wasn't planning on coming. So great. Bye."
You said COA. I think you meant COS.
Yeah, COS. Sorry, my mistake.
Two very different.
Yeah. COA probably doesn't like me too much because my history with Steve. Although me and James kind of got along a little bit because we worked together in Nightfall.
Yeah. So did you ever get the Hobo Express? Were you ever up to date on that?
No, I don't think so.
So the Hobo Express. So when are you familiar with Ask Alexio?
Was that when you were kind of like caravanning around different alliances?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then we would like what we'd do is we'd have like this YouTube or we'd have this video set up, and we'd share our screen or whatever and do a video of us spinning a wheel, and people thought it was live and to like what the next alliance we would go to and then do a review on. It was all pre-recorded. We knew where we were going. And then we'd have people like join that alliance before we got there that we knew was going to make Soup Kitchen. And so we would be at an alliance, do a review of that alliance 1 week later on the show. And then we would leave and go to the next alliance, and then people would follow us. So each alliance, we'd have more people coming with us that we'd plant there beforehand. And then so eventually it was like 100,000 nation score going from one alliance to the next alliance. But yeah, that was the Hobo Express.
And did you guys actually do anything?
Oh, well, that was the whole thing. We just did reviews on, and we made content and stuff.
Gotcha.
Right, just like community crap. And then we founded Soup Kitchen, and then we shortly thereafter hit FARC and WTF for fun, and then the Great War happened.
That'll teach you to try to have fun.
I tell you. We were working with Frawley. He was going to make like a statistics, like part of his stats site. He was going to do something. We were working on something called Thunderdome, where we're working with a few different micros to fight each other. And we were going to put betting, like people could bet on who they think would inflict the most damage. And then we would reward the micros with money or something. We were figuring out a way to make it incentivized, but we had several micros on the hook for this. And we were going to do Thunderdome. And so we're going to have like week by week where we would host an event, kind of like ESPN, right? Where like we would host and do like reporting on it was the idea. And then again, like Frawley was going to help with it and have that on the site. We cleared it with a lot of different major alliances to make sure like people were good with it for the protectors of these different micros. But then again, Great War happened. And then that was part of the reason why I don't remember who the hell it was, but they introduced like that Thunderdome term to try to get like, the Coalition B was trying to do that on some alliances on Coalition A to fight each other, to be assholes about it or whatever. But I think that'd be fun.
Hunger Games, you shall remember your transgressions against the Capitol. We volunteer one tribute to fight in the Thunderdome. But yeah, I actually know a fair bit about Thunderdome. He was working with me as well on it.
Nice.
To help run it.
Sweet, man. It's too bad it didn't end up happening because of the stupid war, but oh well.
I guess a larger Thunderdome happened.
Yeah, right.